the what is ServiceNow as a whole, what it does, how it's useful, and what are the benefits that we get by ServiceNow, why company need a ServiceNow, etc. Right? So let us dig more into it. Let us discuss more about it. So let's start with what is this cloud-based app, ServiceNow? Why is this is ServiceNow? Why the name is ServiceNow? Because it is taking care of automating all the IT services, all the required business services within an organization. And you must understand the fundamental difference between internal services versus an external services. When it goes to the external services, the company it's all about business services. And what are all the different business services the company do provide. How a business, then it is all about client interaction with the company. So the business and the client, seller and the purchaser, and the buyer, right? That's the relationship. But when it comes to the company, every company had to define their own policies, principles, regulations, how we want to operate in order to we have a consistent, a steady growth in our business, and then we can make a better services. Right? Most of the companies are services oriented. What are the services they're providing? If you go to the, for example, Amazon, they'll say that we sell everything by online. Is it just they do? They do many other things within the company level. Within the organization, they define the services. They will be, growing with the time. They will be maturing their model. What is model maturity? Is nothing that, right? They define some policies, principles, and rules, regulations that we will be following all these things in order to success in our business, and they will be maturing that model on a periodic basis, revisiting every time, going back to the policies and principles, revisit them, review them with the time and the material. If you look down, they can't follow the policies published on 1950 when it is in 2014, so they have to adhere their policies within the current standards and the fashion and the passion that the company has. How many different people are using it, and what is the people mentality now? So why not just still throw out the traditional way of a big black phone with a big sound around it and then make the trunk call? But they will be maturing it, right? The phone model has been matured with the time, and finally ended up with wireless and a very smartphones, and then you have a extraordinary smartphones where you can do anything with your palm device. Right, so this is how everyone does, everyone do work, and then they will be maturing their policies, and they'll revisit back to their the whole properties and everything, and then they will make more meaningful and more efficient so that they do a better business, right? So all of a sudden, why this ServiceNow has come? This is all existing, right? This is not something newly invented, but the approach is different. HP has this management system, BMC has remedy tool, and CA has a case management tool, Microsoft has service management tool, IBM has this tool. Many big companies already using it, and everybody are purchased and they are using, they're paying money every year as a licenses, software upgradation, maintenance fees, infrastructure, admin people, power supply, network cabling, everything they are managing within the company when they buy the software. Then someone thought a good idea that how about supplying everything whatever you're doing over the cloud and reduce your cost to 70%, reduce to cost 70%. They're paying $1 million to maintain yearly, out of which 300K is actual benefit they're getting and 700K is their maintenance cost. They're buying the licenses, upgrading it, maintaining it, infrastructure, power supply, security, and access, role, permissions, group, admin users, and installed the server maintenance where you are installed it, virtual servers, Windows servers, Linux servers, administrative privileges, whatnot. There is no end to it, and they would need to put 700K additional to the actual cost of the software, which is 300K. They have to pay around $1 million in order to maintain any service management system within a company. The service management system will integrate everything. But when it goes to the BMC remedy and HP clear case management, they have some limitations. They only take care of incident. One will take care of the problem, other will take care of the change management. So there are many things, right? The company basic needs are many. So then it is not addressing everything. Then there was some idea that some people build a cloud-based application which covers an end-to-end service management within any organization and takes care of every service management automation and give you a suite of applications and tells you use whatever you want. And there are end applications. There are 30 applications are available. You just use them whatever you want, and there is no limit to it, right? Right? So there is no limit to it. Now let's see what's the definition ServiceNow says it. A leading on-demand cloud-based IT infrastructure, IT management solution. And what is cloud-based? The software has been developed as a suite, as a set of different applications, and these applications have been delivered over the cloud. So all that you need a monitor and internet connection, and you connect to the application and use it based on the demand. Which application you want to make use of it, and which application you wanted to customize, etc. And it is a software as a service. SaaS is one of the very popular nowadays, right? Any technology trying to make a SaaS app. What does that mean? App is developed, built, maintained, installed, including the data center within themselves, and then just give you an access point. That means Skype is installed, maintained over their servers. They have infrastructure, they have the maintenance, they have the license management, they do everything, and they'll just tell you have a Skype UI, internet connection or an app connection. You just make call using my services, which is free. Nothing is free in the world anyway. Initially it will be free. Either you see their ads that you pay for in the future, but for now it is free. So it is a software as a service given over the cloud. And the cloud, what it does is it also maintains the whole infrastructure, including the data center, access privileges, everything within themselves. Securely, they'll sign an agreement that it's all been maintained as more higher security than if you could maintain within your company's network. So ServiceNow specializing delivering ITSM applications, and this competes with BMC, Remedy tool, Computer Associates case management tool, IBM service management, Hewlett and Packard service management, Microsoft service management. It also provides a generic platform for application development that competes with the SaaS for providers such as Salesforce and Force.com offerings. So what does it mean? It are not only the software as a solution or software as a service they will be providing you, they are also making a platform as a service. What does it mean? A platform as a service in any enterprise is about taking care of every enterprise level application is available within the ServiceNow platform. You name it. I'll tell you the module, or I'll tell you the application that ServiceNow has. You talk about incident management, it's there. Problem management, it's there. Change management, it's there. Knowledge management, it's there. HR management, it's there. Your finance management, it's there. Project portfolio, it's there. And SDLC, software development lifecycle, it's there. Testing, it's there. Scrum, any methodology like a Kanban, it's there. So technically, and then the direction the ServiceNow is going is rapidly it is growing, and it has one of the top listed in the Fortune companies that it is the way it is growing, because they're developing every possible application and adding to the suite of application, and they're making it as this is going to be your enterprise level platform. You take our service, you have everything. You don't have to buy the software first. You don't have to install in your network. You don't have to maintain it. You don't have to upgrade it. You don't have to do a license management. No software upgradation management. Overhead, infrastructure, power, people, resources, admins, access privileges. You don't have to do anything. All that you buy our service as a software as a service, and you get everything as a platform. We will give you a platform in a tray, and the tray has series of apps. Use the app whatever you want on demand. And I told you yesterday they gave you 3 flavors: platinum, gold, and silver. Platinum is as they'll give you everything. You pay a certain amount per year, cheap, $11,500 per instance. I can maintain it. You can maintain it. It's not that expensive. Then how a company thinks about it? A multi-million company like a Facebook or a Google, do they really bother about an instance to pay around $12,000 a year? No way. They don't really think about it at all. So it was popularized, it was proven across the 6 years that it can meet the top companies' goals and the easy to customize, easy to manage and maintain. That is how it is successfully growing. Okay, so it is competing with the Salesforce.com and Force.com as well, because Salesforce.com and Force.com, these offerings are on about a specific set. But when it comes to ServiceNow, they're making it as a platform as a service. I know that, going forward, Salesforce.com, SAP, everybody will do come as a platform as a service. They'll provide you a cloud-based app where they have the suite of applications. But when it comes to the ServiceNow already doing it. They give you a platform with all available applications for any enterprise level management system that they need it, it has it. And then they're rapidly growing. They're adding more apps and yearly. And they support the mobile apps, support the iOS, Android operating system, and they support all the browsers. So people can access it from iPad or iPhone, your Sony, Samsung, or some other HP custom, any Android-based operating system, iOS. There are 2 only as of today, right? Or BlackBerry support. So they're taking care of everything. So people are easy to access, easy to customize, and then manage it. That's how it is going on. So then what is the power of the ServiceNow? When I say ServiceNow, if you know, this is the symbol that they use. Now, that now, the famous now, right? So the now is, I can provide you now right away. You buy it, you have the app ready to be use it right away. But people need customizations, right? What is out of the box? So when you buy a iPhone, a box will be delivered to you. When you open the box, whatever you see within the box is called an out of the box. So out of the box flavor is nothing but what ServiceNow gives you as a basic flavor. So you buy an iPhone, you open the box, you have a phone, you have a charger, you have an earphone, you have a manual, or maybe a small pen drive or a disk, or a manual with a cover. That's an out of the box. Do you live with an out of the box? No, you don't. The moment you get the phone, you remove all the stickers on it, and then you go and buy a scratch pen, anti-scratch screen. You put the screen, you clean it, you add some stickers to it, you turn on the phone, you change the display, you change the theme, you change the color, you change the display, and you put some photos in it, and you change the tune. You do everything. This is called customizing the out of the box. So this is what in the ServiceNow world is the same. ServiceNow give you out of the box flavor. Which box? Is your phone, when you buy and open out of the box without doing anything, that phone doesn't work? It does. It has a pre-configuration apps. It has the working incoming outgoing calls. It has the phone, saving the phone details. It has all required functionality for a phone, a hand device, a wireless device. Why do you customize again? It has everything. You don't like what it has. You customize as per your taste, interest. That's where we work. ServiceNow provides everything working condition to the company out of the box. When they open ServiceNow instance, it's ready to, that's why the name is ServiceNow, ready to use it right away. Do the company use this right away? No. Why? They want their company name, they want their header name, they want a different color, they want to change the font, they want to display their images, they want to change the module. When you open the the phone display module, you don't like it, you add more fields to it. They open the incident form, they'll say that, oh, this incident is okay, but I want more information to it. Oh, the change is okay, I want more information to it. What is it more? Company specific reason. The company thinks that when you create an incident, a caller or a problem is enough. But the company says, no, apart from the caller, apart from the problem, I want to add a support group there. I wanted to add a resolver group there. I want to display my company name there. I want to display his phone number there. This is all called customizing an out-of-the-box application. So we join there to customize. That's where, you can ask me, when ServiceNow gives you everything in a working condition and the company right away uses it, why do we need to get trained? Because we need to customize the app, and ServiceNow defines some standards. How do you customize it? Then you will be a bridge between ServiceNow and your client, and you help them to customize as per the client's need. And every client do want to make their own product. The way you buy your phone, you change it the way you like it. Every client does the same. Okay. And ServiceNow, to going back to the slide, ServiceNow automates the enterprise IT operations. That's what we discussed. Every IT operation. This is, again, you have to understand the fundamental difference between a business facing to market, your end clients, or a business, imagine two ways, right? A business is facing market. Imagine selling product, there is a buyer. That's the relationship is different. That's a CRM. That's all different kind of apps. The company needs some applications to maintain the departments, to talk to each other, to make complaints, make problems. The maturity model, they wanted to mature with the time. How do they mature without having any apps? Why do they need an app? Because they need to store the information somewhere. And then they need to publish their best practices. And then they look back to the best practices and see, oh, this is not really proven last 10 years. Let me change it. And then change the direction, and company grows. Otherwise, company doesn't grow if they don't publish anything. Policies, principles, rules, regulations, right? A compliance information, everything need to be published in somewhere. So that is where this suit is. So they have an internal IT operations need to be collaborative, collected, maintained for a maturity with the time. So Servicenow does that. They take care of all the enterprise level operations. So you're creating a single system of record for all IT processes within organization. The system brings together IT strategy, design, transition, and operation on a powerfully simple cloud platform. Everything on a cloud platform. So are they maintaining it in their own company's one of the room? No, they're not. Are they maintaining the power supply, everything, network cable, routers, disks, maintenance, software upgrade, license management? No. They're just using a monitor and internet connection. Everything is being maintained by someone else. They're taking all your overhead, all your struggle of maintaining the infrastructure and the software up, everything, upgrade management, license management. What they're doing, they're giving you the core app, and they'll tell you how much you pay for the core app, 300K. How much you pay for the whole maintenance, 1 million. Give us 300, we'll give you an access to our app. Which you would be doing the same thing what you are doing with another apps too, but you are saving 700K there. And you don't have to maintain anything. You don't have to hire people. You don't have to maintain it. That is where the cloud is different from traditional software installed in your system. Okay. So beyond the help desk, everybody has a wrong opinion. Because when I talk to my, the top management, the CEO level, they still has a wrong opinion about Servicenow. They thought the Servicenow is similar to the case management tool, HR, or another ticketing system. No, it is not. Because it was evolved from the ITIL, then everybody thinks that it was just a help desk tools. You call someone, they'll resolve your problem. It's a basic flavor of it. And when you go to the advanced, it piled up with many apps on the top of the basic flavor. So beyond the help desk, service management process, Servicenow built to be a productive tool for all types of business users: CIO, service desk app, application developers, IT finance, IT operations, and business leads. Not limiting to whatever I mentioned here. That means a company owner can use it for his CIO related activities. And what you do as an application developer, you don't do what CEO does, right? The CEO, CIO, or vice president and executive director, he'll be working on this finance strategy management, finance management, budgeting, company growth, enhancement, etc. But when it comes to the lower level, you will be developing an application, you need a place, you want to type something, you need a monitor, and you need a laptop. And it goes to the some HR, they need a onboarding and offboarding services. What is onboarding, offboarding services? Do you think that you got an interview call, you have been interviewed over the phone and then asked you to join, you joined, everything is over? No, that is just 4 steps. Once they want extending an offer, they do many things, the HR management. That is called onboarding services. They have to allot you a place, they have to hire you a place, they have to put in queue, mission, infrastructure, desktop, hierarchy, payroll structure, many things. You can't imagine what they do. So they all been automated. How? The Servicenow provides you a seat application where they create a service catalog request saying that this person is onboarding, and it immediately creates multiple tasks. Who will be doing those tasks? If you are onboarded, there will be a team who just makes cubicle for you. There is a different team somewhere in Colorado who provides you a network access. There is a team from the New York who provide you an access to the internet and your cable devices. There is a team sitting in somewhere Denver who provide you all your hand phone. They will be shipping you your iPad and everything, depends on your need. There are multiple teams. Then who will be talking? Do you think that HR will keep calling everyone, say that, hey, one person is joining, can you do this, can you do this? No, it's not the job. They will just create one service request saying one new person is joining, and it will create multiple tasks, and every task will be directing to the different directions, and every person receives the task, he will just doing his job. He doesn't care when he's providing a system whether the cube exists or not. Do he really care about it? No, he was doing his job. Once he complete the network access, another task creates and cube will be auto arranged by some other team. Everybody will be receiving a task and they'll do the job. Collectively, your onboarding services are completed. Then who manages all these things? Who creating this task? HR Access created only one request. New person joining on 24th. Period. He's done. He went home. He doesn't even care. His things are ready. Things will be automatically ready. How? Everybody did their job. How? There is a centralized application like ServiceNow. It created a request. It saved the request. It created multiple tasks and then sent the task to every person by an email. They open. They did their job. That's it. And collectively, the HR comes back and see the workflow and then see the workflow successfully completed. That means employee is ready to onboard it. Everybody did the task. If the workflow did not complete, then he can verify it where it stuck, and then you open and call them and say that what happened to you, why you did not finish your task, right? So that is how the system will be managing, auto-managing every activity. I just took an example from the HR side. So I can, IT finance need reports in it, budget plans, finance plans to top management, IT operations, you and me, help desk, service desk, phone support, front desk, front office, everything has been automated. So Servicenow apps are built on a single platform as a service. Okay, platform as a service. You know what is platform as a service? They'll give you one suite called Servicenow, and you open it. It will have many modules. All automatic modules are available to automate every part of your IT operation. It's readily built in. That's called a platform as a service. All your services are built on a platform, and that service is answering every need of an enterprise. Every need, right? And then, you know, consistent and intuitive user experience through the entire IT infrastructure library service lifecycle. IT infrastructure library, ITIL, is the heart of ServiceNow. Okay, we'll see what is this ITIL. So let's go more into it. What is ITIL? Okay, it happened in the 1950 somewhere in UK, England. People are started business, and every people are trying to, you know, do a better job and better business, and they thought, wise people always think more. They thought, let us, you know, do a PhD or maybe a research on a business. Take an example of one automobile services which is really famous, maybe a Mercedes in Germany. Someone really made a very good job and they are making millions of dollars, and they're a success in their business in 1950s. Then a group of intellectuals from universities, and they thought, let us research why, how come they succeed in the business. Okay, and then they did some research. They started publishing papers. Oh, they did this. They are continuously improving their business. There was a maturity model defined. There are some principles defined. There are some policies, compliances, regulations being defined, and they are blindly following them. It's like you follow the constitution. It's like an admin of any application follows SOP, standard operating procedure. So if someone asks you, can you do this? I'll say, wait, let me check. Can I do it? Open my SOP. Oh, read it. It says I'm not supposed to do it. I'm sorry, I can't do it. So you're not using your brain. You're following a published practice. So the researcher found, oh, some people are really doing very good job just because they are following some published operating procedures. And the maturity, they are revisiting the operating procedures on a yearly basis, and they are maturing their business. That is how they success. Then everybody thought, okay, let us share this information to the whole world so that everybody will follow the same practice and they'll success in their business. They started publishing as books. So, and then finally, like you do a certification in Servicenow, right? Why you do a certification? It proves that you are a certified person. Then you can be hired right away without having any more interview because you are certified, because someone verified your skills. Similarly, they published as a practice initially called ITIL, IT Infrastructure Library, a set of practices, rules, guidelines. Someone who wanted to start a business, how they manage internal operations, they had to, if they follow the ITIL, they are making a very good business. It's been proven. So ITIL doesn't change at all. It will. Your certification doesn't change. Of course it will. You do certification now, after 5 years, the whole Servicenow changes. Then you have to take redo your certification. You can't go with the old certification and say that I'm done. But people don't believe you. Say that no, Servicenow changed everything. You have to recertify. Why? Because someone is authoring. They are verifying your skill and say that you are certified. Similarly, ITIL, whoever practices ITIL, the other companies will trust you when they wanted to associate and do a business because you are following the right guidelines and the standards. So who made it? International, like your HTML, World Wide Web Consortium, WWW. What is World Wide Web? There is a consortium sitting somewhere in Geneva, maybe in Switzerland, and they made as a company and they said, you follow our best practices. Then why HTML is same across the globe? Why not you have your own language? No, because there is an Internet Web Consortium, W3C, right? World Wide Web, W3C is consortium. The consortium, what it does is they are a set of people sitting in and they are organizing and they are managing and administering all the internet operations, and then publish the standards for the SOAP protocols, XML, HTTP, HTTPS, SSH. They'll give you the standards, and whoever follow the standard, they are doing good. Similarly, ITIL is a best set of best practices within a company to automate the whole IT operations. And you tell the other company saying that I'm following ITIL, they'll trust you because you are certified practitioner because you are using ITIL. So that is how the ITIL, IT Infrastructure Library, is a set of practices being frameworks, right? No nonsense framework, identifying, planning, delivering and support IT operations in a business. That is how someone published it. So is that not maturing? Yes, it is. That's why right now it is not ITIL V version 0, it is version 3. So over the period, ITIL evolved as of right now, it is ITIL V3. And Servicenow follows the standards defined in the ITIL V3. So if you take the Servicenow, you are an ITIL V3 covered company. And other companies do believe you because they are following some practices. You're following some regulations. You're following some compliances, rules, and they trust you. So Servicenow, when they are making the cloud app, they said, don't worry, you take my cloud app, I already implemented everything as per the ITIL V3 standards and guidelines. And if they are right, I am right. If I am right, you are good to go with it. Okay? So adopting ITIL can offer users a huge range of benefits that include whoever adapts. Do you need a Servicenow for ITIL? No. You develop your own app and then follow the app. Make sure the app follows the principles defined, regulations defined in ITIL. Then your app become ITIL compliant app. Servicenow is an ITIL compliant app. So that's fun. Everyone is go with the compliance of ITIL because they want Servicenow to be used. So it's guaranteeing you, if you use me, I'm following ITIL, so you are covered as an ITIL compliance. Okay. So it improves the service IT. If you follow what you get, IT services, it reduces your cost and improve customer satisfaction through the more professional approach, improve productivity, skill and experience, delivery of the third-party service, many more. I can't list everything there, right? So I could list only a few. So it does many more benefits if someone follows ITIL and Servicenow follows it. So IT service management or IT support service management, ITSM or ITSM. Going forward, I'll be using Servicenow as ISM, Integrated Service Management System, ISM. Or you can call it as ITSM, Integrated Service Management, Information Technology Service Management System, or ISM, Integrated Service Management System. Most of the place we just use as someone calls SNOW, SNOW, Servicenow. All they call Servicenow. They call SN. We call ISM, Integrated Service Management System, provided by Servicenow. These are all just the names widely used in the Servicenow industry. Okay. So this the ITSM, it refers to the implementation, management, and quality IT services that meet the needs of a business. Okay. So IT service management performed IT service providers through an approximate mix of people, process, information technology. Again, any process and any ITSM application, it is a mix of people, process, and technology. So you will have people to use it. You have process defined, access control, authorization, and authentication, and you have technology. How many apps you have, how many things it will automate, how best you can make use of them. So it's a built-in ITIL v3 designed for the flexibility. Servicenow automates enterprise IT operations. It takes care of every IT operations within the enterprise. It creates a single system of record for all IT processes within an organization. IT strategy, design, transition, operation, and powerfully simple cloud platform. It takes care of everything. Strategies, the company plans, goals, principles, rules, regulations. Design, how best the company can operate, how many automated systems that they need in order to have the business to steadily grow. Transition is how best they can adopt to the new thing, how best they can mature with the time, and how best they can operate the whole company to make sure that they can deliver better results in terms of a business. Don't ever think that Amazon is selling something. There isn't anything, just Amazon site created and someone is selling and you're buying it. That it happens many things internally. You buy a software, I mean I can explain, but too many things. Your credit card need to be authenticated, you have to withdraw the money from your account, your bank has to guarantee it, then it will create you a work order, the work order goes to the back end, the shipping verifies the demand, and they checks the inventory, and the inventory exists, then they will immediately pick it up. Inventory doesn't exist, then they have to request a new item to be delivered from the another manufacturing company. It doesn't, and then that manufacturing company will be receiving a request, and then they will send it to their shipping department, their material department sends the stock department, sends the financial department, shipping department, and comes to the new other company, and then they will go send it to the stock and the finance, whatnot. It ends. Don't think that you buy something, it has been delivered. That's what you only care. Behind the screens, it will n number of operations do trigger, and nobody talk to each other, nobody call each other, it automatically happens. And everybody will be doing their own job, and they think that they are done with it. And every job only takes 30 minutes. And collectively, 8 hours of work happen by 20 different jobs. If you talk manually, it doesn't happen that fast. And your app smartly, intelligently manages all these tasks, collectively completes the transaction, and your workflow completed, and you have your item delivered at your doorsteps. Many things happen behind that, and these applications will automate all those things. That is where these applications make huge profit, because a company doesn't have to worry about automating their things, because this will help. And beyond the help desk and service management processes, what do we have? Servicenow built to be productivity tool for types of business users. I told you, right? CIO, whatnot. Every user, you name it, there was an application that helped their job. You name it. A sweeper, yes, there is an application. A cleaner, yes, they do. A service desk, yes, they do. They have a front office, a person sitting neat necktie, they have an app for them. You name something like a manager, they do have. Senior manager, IT, infrastructure, labor, material management, finance management, yes, they have an application for them. Project portfolio management, SDLC, they want a service, some Scrum methodologies, principles, rules, regulations. They do have every app for them, and these apps all automate everything that you name it in an enterprise. If they don't exist, Servicenow is maturing as well with the time, and they'll be adding a new app every release. That's why I said there are 6 releases so far: A, B, C, D, E, F. Aspen, Berlin, Calgary, Dublin, Eureka, Fuzzy. 6th. Is this the only 6 versions they have so far? No. Before to that they have fall, summer, seasons. Fall, winter, summer. And then they matured to alphabets A to Z. Now they started with A. And then right now they are at E, Eureka, generally available version, but Fuzzy is coming up in 2015. So every version they're adding new apps, new look and feel, new more apps. They're making the platform much bigger to eat every possible other application. They're targeting to SAP, they're targeting Salesforce, they're targeting whatnot. They wanted to eventually consume, right? But in terms of a services, not the operations that CRM does. CRM, business to business or business to client is different apps. And right now ServiceNow doesn't have the direction. I don't know in the future when they are making a one standard platform in all the direction. Okay, ServiceNow apps are built on the single platform as a service, right? And then which follow the ITIL process. ServiceNow, again, the cloud very powerfully simple, highly social, available through a browser. Again, when I say social, yes, they do have social network in ServiceNow. What's in your mind? You know what is what's in your mind? The Facebook, you have a social, will cover live feed, right? You know what is live feed? Whatever you type in your Facebook. I'm in this place. I am enjoying this food. Hey, today is my birthday. Happy birthday. That is all live feed. Whatever you have in your mind, you're typing there and you're submitting, and if all the followers are getting it. ServiceNow do have that. That is called social IT. They have a social module application which has a live feed. That means in a company you are stuck with something. Hey, I'm facing this problem. I want to sell my car. Who's there? There will be a followers subscribe to that social car network, and they will say, oh, I have a Nissan available. Do you want to buy? I'll give you cheap. Let's talk. So, and you are stuck with the problem in the company, and then you put in live feed saying that, hey, I'm stuck with this problem. Can anyone knows about it? Someone will immediately respond. They are not talking to you over phone. They didn't IM you. They didn't call you. They didn't come to your desk. They immediately put 2 lines. I have seen this problem. This is about because of the defect. Go and verify the defect number. Pin, boom. They're done with the job. They'll be doing their job. 2 seconds, you have a response and you resolve your problem. The social is really good. Not that Facebook. Of course, it is good too. At least we are socializing now, not by talking to someone, but at least by socializing over the app. But the company social is also required. When you work for a company, you wanted to social with your people, not only to time part and chit chat, but also to share the technical information, knowledge sharing, right? So, and it is built for the employees and the customers, and the business people get information from Google. They communicate using Skype, and they book travel through a website like Expedia. Unfortunately, the customer service and support tools most IT organizations offer resemble something from another era. ServiceNow provides bridge to the next generation. If you name it that these apps doesn't exist, they are individually, collectively exist by some other companies as well. I'm not denying that, but they are independent apps. Or they have a group of platform apps. Their platform is very small. They cover only specific things, and they are not in line with the modern times. They are old. I hate IBM still selling the service management. They can't bluff people anymore. That's why they're losing all big customers. CI is losing case management tool. People hating it. BeamSay Remedy, once it was a very famous tool, that people are hating it because they realize that they are living with it. Right? The lifestyle changed. Our lifestyle changed. It was different. My dad worked for 40 years in one company. I'm changing it every other year. How different it is. Sometimes I think, can I work for 40 years working in one company? Impossible. It's totally out of my mind. And sitting in under the same roof, same chair for 40 years under one fan, horrible. But lifestyle changes. It was how it was in our previous generation. The people are enjoying it. But when it comes to us, that our mindset changed. So similarly, you can't live with the traditional software. The people no more. They can make money. IBM or Microsoft or anything. Google. See how it is changing. How rapidly. It is bringing you everything. It making you more lazy. You don't have to call someone. You Facebook, these are all making you lazy because you just type something and you feel very proud that you wish your friend in India. You don't waste your time to call him and wish him on his birthday. He feels proud that he got Skype and everybody is seeing that he was being wished by you. He likes it, right? Our mindset is changing. We don't like people calling and wish you. They want scraps. More scraps is more proud. Anyway, off topic. And the ServiceNow redefined the service desk with initiative, usability, flexibility, and introduction to the social IT. I just talked about social IT, right? You can still socialize. Don't worry, you are not losing the social. You come on social by automated. Features like chat, live help desk, staff mode, productive and collaborative, while the support costs are reduced because you are not talking to someone. You are not waiting for one of your colleagues who went to Amsterdam but who knows about a fix. You don't have to wait for him. Just grab it. He will IM you right away. ServiceNow has that. And this is built for the today's employees, and again I think it's a repetitive slide, I had to remove it. Right, then what ServiceNow can provide? It can provide your reports. Who need reports? Everybody, every layer in your company need report. The top management need report on the financial budget and planning. The lower level management record the projects, how they are going it. The IT infrastructure management wanted to know how many incidents have been created and how we are working with it. The request management wanted to see how many different requests are waiting for phone. Report is need for any company, no matter what kind of report, right? There is no limit to it, and there is no end to it. So it's all directions. Many things do exist. So a reporting is one of the powerful tool the ServiceNow do provide. All kinds of charts, social chart, bar chart, pie chart, vertical chart, lower chart, whatnot, list view, everything. And the service catalog. What is the service catalog? Is your hotel menu. You went to the hotel, you don't know what you want, but you want something, you're hungry because. And then you look at you ask them, can you supplement the catalog? You name it a menu, catalog, lookup, or al carte or item from your menu, anything, it doesn't matter, right? It's been delivered to you and you open it and then see, okay, I want this, how much it is? $50. Okay, I want this, how much it is? Okay, can you supply this to? And it will be delivered to you. Service catalog in company is the same. They don't want you to wait for something. If you want another monitor and you're going on a company trip, you want an iPad and an iPhone and a BlackBerry phone, you go to the service catalog that is called employee self-service, and you click on a catalog item and say, I want to buy this one. When you select an item, it will show you a price. This item costs you 500. To whom? Not to you, to the company. You're requesting company to give a business phone to you because you're traveling, and you are requesting a catalog item asking, I want this BlackBerry phone. What are you seeing on the phone? And it costs you 500. So it tells you the price, just not to take the money from you, telling that how much the company is going to put down on this item. So when you request, you make sure you're requesting the right way. Then it goes to your manager for approval, and your manager need to know that why do you need a BlackBerry. And you might have discussed with him before. He might have told you to create a request, I'll approve it. And he approves it, it goes to the next level, stock, finance. Finally, the phone will be received to you within 2 days. You don't care. You thought you requested phone delivered, but there are many tasks it creates behind the screen. The first and foremost task is the approval task. Goes to your manager, approves it, then it goes to the material management. The material management approves it, goes to the plant, your stock management. I'm just naming something for example. It goes from stock to the finance to the approval to the your vice president or anyone. They say okay, and phone delivered. You don't care because you just talked to your manager. He said okay, you did. And if the whole workflow creates behind the screens. Who is doing it? ServiceNow. How? Readily available. How do we change it? You customize it. I customize it. That's where our job. And again, combining IT and self-service features offer your employees a simple and familiar way to request goods and services from IT. You can request anything by looking at your catalog items, not only the phone, right? You may want network, you may want a monitor, you may want a network device, you may want another phone device, you want a monitor, cable, disk, mouse, whatever I see in my desk. You may want a better coffee, you want not a ready-made coffee. Coffee services because your department doesn't have, you request in this department we don't have coffee machine, it's not working, put another one. Employees need it. Water services, you request the catalog item. Who's providing these catalog items? The company. So is the ServiceNow provides all these catalog items? No, they don't. ServiceNow gives you 4 basic catalog items. Then how these many catalog items built? Your company hires you to create new catalog items because the catalog items are not common across the companies. And Nike do not have the same catalog items as the Google has. And the Google will not have the same catalog items as the Sony Enterprise Entertainment Studios has. They have their own catalog items. You can't go to the Sony and ask for a Nike shoe to be delivered, right? What Sony can give an employee? Sony can allow an employee to buy a Sony device for the lesser price, and then Sony some PS3 for a lesser price, discounted price. So you can do many things. You can request anything in the catalog that company offers. That is where they hire you. That is why they hire you, mainly to make new catalog items for the company as per the need. ServiceNow provide you all the tools for you to make a catalog item. You assemble, you show them to the client happy. Everybody will create a request and you create the workflow. You, who, we. That is where is our job. Customizing ServiceNow app And ServiceNow was born in the cloud and manages everything in your infrastructure, physical, virtual, cloud services together in a single system of record. Everything in your infrastructure. Whatever you have company, it manages at this data center. It's born in the cloud. Over the cloud, it manages everything. World-class IT services make it easy business users to get what they need in a familiar way, and ServiceNow gets you there. Any business world-class app gets you that, and ServiceNow gets you that. That means ServiceNow is a world-class, class IT service application. I'm not saying ServiceNow is saying that. The foundation of today's IT operations, right? ServiceNow configuration management database. Again, every human body do have a heart, and the heart is what pumps blood to all the organs. ServiceNow app has database. It has a centralized database called configuration management database. We'll know about more when we go to the modules. It's a heart, and it has every reference of everything that it does. How we will be knowing with it. Okay. So IT operations in IT 3.0, ITIL v3 standards v3, it was there defined, designed the CMDB, the heart of ServiceNow, configuration management database, a centralized database where it will maintain the whole information about every configurable item in your company. It's been maintained by the database. It's a heart. It's like without that it's tough. And what it does more to it, project portfolio management. It can manage your projects. It will tell you that how much is the cost, how much is the risk, how much is the percentage, what is the scope, how many staffs are working, is it okay going green, yellow, doubtful, red, dangerous, and what is the high, everything including graphs, design, it will manage. You know what is project? Not just IT project. Don't go with your academics. A project is anything, not only this IT project. If the topmost company, the management decided to make them some reports for the financial budget planning, it was a project. They don't do any coding and development. Don't use a project word, which is SDLC process. SDLC process is making an application, and you adapt as a project to complete the application. Similarly, any activity you do it for any business reason is a project. So it can manage all your projects. So it's not about IT. It's about everything that you name it in an IT organization. It's a cost management. It takes care of everything. How much I'm putting on it, how much I'm buying systems, what is my total cost, how much the infrastructure we are maintaining, how much internet cost, how much I'm paying to AT&T or Verizon who is providing my internet services, who is taking care of my network, is my call center outsourced to India, then how much I'm paying for it. Who knows about it? Company top management doesn't know about every bit, but this application gives them the total figure. 1 million for your this, other million for this, 10 million there, 1 million here. Everything has been maintained, well maintained, and then they give them the right reports to make their next business decisions. And the orchestration, again, it's a very advanced topic. The orchestration is one of the very strong. That means ServiceNow, it's like you switch the power board and the light is on. The power supplied from somewhere. Similarly, ServiceNow uses some two tools, discovery and orchestration. With the help of those two, it will scan the whole company's network and get you the right information. So the switch is in ServiceNow. ServiceNow doesn't exist within your company. It's not installed software. It's cloud. It's sitting somewhere in San Jose or Washington. They will do something there, and your company is scanned with your permission, of course. And then they'll give you the right inputs to you. Your orchestration and discovery, two tools, does that job. Sitting outside of your company network, they can scan your network and tell you, you have 10,000 systems worldwide. Who will count it? Can a manual person do you? They'll send a circular to the whole company asking every department to count number of systems and send them a report back to the company owner. They don't get the right information. How are they getting it? The discovery tool scans your network and find out and then tell you these many systems associated with your network within a few hours. That fast, that's smart. And change in release process, the software development, every project is a change, not just making an application. Okay, the project, never ever think that it's a software project. A project could be anything potentially. So the change, they wanted to change the budget, that was a project. They wanted to change the financial requirements, change. Anything that you change, they want to change the systems. They want to change the operating system to Windows 7. They wanted to change the whatever, anything change has been taken as a project. And when it is taken as a project, that has to have a release management. Release management is I decided to change all my operating systems into 7. Can I do it right away overnight? No. Phases, department, division by division, data center by data center. They'll be doing one after another. So once they are done, the whole thing is that's a release management. Who manages all the release management with multiple sprints and the releases cycles defined on it. And every sprint will take some stories. Every story is nothing but implementing this operating system of upgrade in this data center 1, data center 2, data center 3. So every story is talked about one data center. Collectively, all stories completed in one sprint. A sprint is a time span within a year, and then once it is delivered within a year, your release is completed. How many releases may have for my product? Maybe 3 or 4, maybe n. What is my product? Upgrade the software. Do I upgrade right away? No, upgrade by phases. I can create multiple things. So the Servicenow is a suite of applications. I'll show you a few. It's a whole slide though. They have many hundreds of new apps. But what is the standard apps, right? If I teach you, I can't teach you all 100 apps, right? If I don't know 100 apps. So I know a fair amount of the knowledge because I'm done with all my certifications. So whatever I teach you, the basic, the most of the companies uses some apps for sure, guaranteed. Any editorial app, if you are familiar with these apps, you know how to work with other apps because your working nature is same, implementation style is same. And you don't know the app, I don't know app about a new app, I just learn it quickly because you know how an app is designed in Servicenow and how it's been used, how to work with it, how to gain some knowledge around it. Okay, so there will be a management apps available. These are examples, a few out of many. Service portfolio management, IT cost management, project portfolio management, IT governance management for your compliance, regulations, principles, policies. They have such apps. They have the your operational apps. They have the incident management, all your incidents, unexpected things, the problem, repeatedly happening unexpected things. You're changing your budget, you're changing your finance, you're changing your operating system, you're changing your systems, you're changing your old laptops, you're changing your employees. You changes anything as such. You're changing the water containers. Change management system very much. Everybody has to be captured in somewhere for your budget planning and the future reference. So people can't change something without recording that. If you don't do that, then it's not a good practice. Your business never grow. Service catalog management, keeping every item available for employees to purchase by themselves. Not paying. You are requesting a company to provide you more so that you can do a better job. If I am traveling, I always ask the company to give me a laptop and a phone. Why? I don't want to use my phone when I want a business trip. It was your trip. You pay for it. Either you give me money or you give me your phone. Knowledge management. I need to learn things, how to use it, how to work it. If I go and join a company, how do I know that what the company policies are? How do I know that how to go to buy water? How do I get a discount? There will be a knowledge documents available somewhere. You search it and then is that helpful? That's called maturity if you look at the image. So you read a knowledge article and you found and you resolve your problem, good, company is happy. Company doesn't have to pay someone to come and resolve your problem because you read the document and you fixed by yourself. Then you tell them, I'm not happy because I'm intelligent, I fixed it, but you need more information. You say no and put your comments, the company will mature it. And again they'll add more information to it and they'll send you a thank note and then they'll update the knowledge article. Tomorrow someone else comes, they'll get more information in it. And the chart, social IT, live feed, what's in your mind, I have a problem, put it there, your employees will help you. Release management, software development life cycle. So it doesn't, operational apps is where we more work. The operational apps is the basic apps that every company uses. Management apps is advanced apps. And you got the infrastructure apps, configuration management database, infrastructure database, a discovery, a tool which scans your network to find all the devices that are connected to the network and tell you a report. Easy. It's scanning your worldwide 10,000 offices. It's not possible by manual. So the Servicenow can scan your network and tell you that how many devices you own, and within the devices it will tell you the class type. Is it a computer? Is it a system? Is it a laptop? Is it a router? A disk? A switch? Is it a load balancer? Is it a virtual server? Is it a Windows server? A Linux server? Is it a Mac machine? It will tell you everything. It classifies every network device that is connected. How? Because it understands the protocol. Every device will speak a language. Remember that language is your protocol. There is a listening port. HTTP is a protocol. HTTPS is a protocol. SMTP is a protocol. FTP is a protocol. SOAP is a protocol. Everybody have their own listening port number. WMI, Windows Management Instrumentation. Don't think that your Windows commands just working, because they speak Windows language called WMI. Shell script, secure shell script, SSH. Linux speaks that language. Every device you name, any network devices which is connected to the network, speaks a language. And ServiceNow is very intelligent. It speaks every language. So when they send a discovery is like a guy who speaks every language in the world. So they will send them, talk to the Chinese people, talk to the same, like talk to this device, talk to that device. They'll talk to them, they get the information. They'll speak in their language, Spanish, Espanol, and then they'll ask you, gracias, okay, what is your name? And then note down everything and come back and tell you. They speak, Spanish, and there are 5 people living there, and the guy is working, and the lady is a housemaker, and they have 2 kids. Who told them? The guy. How could he tell him? Because he speaks Spanish. Discovery speaks Spanish. Similarly, go to the network device and tell you, hey, how are you? I'm good. What are you? I'm a Linux machine. Well, what do you have? I have some sort of apps installed in it. Which apps you have? This is. Who's telling the mission? Who asked the discovery? How the discovery talk to the mission? Because the shell script, the both speak the same language. Then who permitted the discovery to talk to it? Your company. Then where is the discovery has coming from the ServiceNow? How ServiceNow enter your network? Because your company allow the ServiceNow to look into your network. So permission granted, security is broken, then you discovery comes and speak to every mission and get the information about that mission. Speaking is nothing but executing command. Okay, don't go with my literal example. Okay, and you have the platform basic services. You have the content management, email, workflows, chart, live, approvals, notification, search, analytics, integrations. There is no limit to it. Okay, so that's all about the ServiceNow, the basic flavor, what it has, how many applications it has, and then it's all ready-madely available. We don't have to develop anything. We have to customize the existing modules as per the company's need. Do we develop? No, we don't. Do we write 1,000 lines of code? No, I don't. Few lines here and there using JavaScript, because you are customizing the app as per the company's need. That is where the job exists. Then why am I implementation specialist? Why I'm not an admin? Admin just maintains an existing app. He doesn't do any customizations anymore. He manages the app, fixes here and there. Implementation specialist, he customizes as per the company needs. Okay, that's the difference. So any questions? I always conclude in 2 ways. Either you did not understand anything, or it's too much for you today, and you wanted to think more about it and come back to me with any other questions. I'm okay with anything.
Yeah, Jay. Here, where is the security? Like, means all the company data is with the ServiceNow company. So, how the security is maintained? Like,
yeah, it was an experience question. I know you have enough knowledge. Okay, security. I mean, the trust doesn't build in day one. That's why any cloud is not a major success. Cloud has come 10 years before, but it was not success because people are really, the people mentality, right? You don't trust. If you say that your bank accounts, everything maintained somewhere, don't worry, you just withdraw money using our app. Do you really believe them? You don't first. You use it for your non-bank operations, and slowly you started using in your iOS, using a Bank of America app to be downloaded, and what's guarantees that your Apple is not cheating the app and then getting the information and then withdrawing your money. You trust it with the time. So the cloud has the same thing. The cloud was not trusted. That's why the banking, most of the financial apps didn't go with the cloud initially. They started now because the agreement is being made in such a way that they're guaranteeing you that the data you are storing in a cloud is very much maintained, and there are some principles, policies and maintained, and they have the backup and the disaster recovery. They don't put in one data center. They'll take a backup on every night, and they'll put multiple backups across the globe. And then they will, if the one goes file, other will be picking up. And it's highly securely managed. And this is all they mentioned within the company's agreement when they are going with the cloud. And this security doubtful is still there with many companies in the cloud. That's why cloud is not 100% popular. Why not everywhere cloud? But trust me, take my word, remember, if wherever you are down the line 10 years, everything will be cloud. Even your home, you don't keep any CPU. You want to do a better business, start this idea, take my idea. Just make a big data center somewhere in India where it is cheap and everything. Trust people, gain the trust, and then provide them a cloud service to access the CPU. So they just need a monitor and internet. As such, everybody has an internet. So they can store their information photos somewhere instead of multiple apps in Google, Flickr or some other places. They can put their own, give them a CPU, a hard disk somewhere in your data center, right? So down the line, it would happen. You pay only $100 per year, and your whole information maintained by you securely. Trust is something will be built with the time.
Okay.
And Servicenow proven it.
We store our company data as part of the cloud. Does the Servicenow guys has the access to the data?
No, they don't have. It's been authorized in it's two ways: authorization and what is the other way? Authentication and authorization, right? And Servicenow do not have, but Servicenow given an admin power, then they will take an approval from you. They'll come to you and say, okay, we can be your admin. Can I be your admin? Then they will certify the person who is working from Servicenow is able to access the data or not. Most of the critical information is encrypted. Even no one can see, even you, the owner of the company. There is a private and public key maintained, and your crucial data is encrypted, and nobody in the world can see it. Only the machines can understand the encryption and the decryption things.
Okay.
But right, yeah, Servicenow admin can see it. If they are providing a cloud software, they assign you a developer there, and the developer can see your data. But critical data, you always encrypt it. So they can't see that. Nobody can see that anyway. Even Servicenow owner, it can't see the critical data. But if that is not critical, you identify a non-critical data that can be seen by them. But they will be signing a bond, right?
Okay.
See, what guarantees that you make a new model of a Nike or a 6 shoe, and the person who actually designs it and then making the shoe, only two people, that they don't reveal the secret? What guarantees the Coca-Cola factory people who was mixing up all the the syrups, and then they'll throw out the idea to the outside people? Chances are there, right? But they're highly bounded, saying that the intellectual property of information is highly secured and well maintained. It's a trust over the period.
Okay. And is it also has, like, based on the users, the apps should be available like that it is there?
You're right. You have apps for some users. Not every user will see all the apps. It was a good question again, and I don't want Prasad you to ask me questions, okay? Because these apps are built not for every user, and there are some users called end users who they'll be busy there with the shoemaking to a person paying attention on shoemaking. He would need an access of an app which he needed. He doesn't see all the apps. So that means you are an admin, you can see all apps. It doesn't mean that everybody will be seeing it. Every app is designed for a set of group of people, and one group of people will be accessing multiple apps, and other group will access a different or a set of the same apps. But as an admin, you can see everything. It doesn't mean that the whole company is looking the same. They'll see only a few apps.
Okay. Guys, go ahead if you have any questions.
So apps will be controlled based on position and responsibility. Is that correct?
Apps is controlled by access permissions.
Access permissions. Okay. Okay.
So it's you define the based on role, then, right? Your CEO says that I need an app as a CEO. Then you define a role for it, and then you give an access permissions, and you define a group, and then you add all CEOs in that group, and you give a group level permissions, right? So it's only access permissions. Authorization, that's called an authorization, right? So you let authorization, you define it.
Okay. Okay.
And every kind changes their authorization.
Access are pointing to the roles or responsibilities, then only.
Right.
Okay.
Right. So is that Servicenow understands a CIO? No, it doesn't. Servicenow understands a role, right? Then you include some robot into that role, CIO. Then Servicenow allow that robot to access some app which is useful for CIO. right? You will be giving a role to your user, right? When you join, then you will be given as an admin as a role. Then you will become a Servicenow admin to see everything, right? So
Okay.
your role is what get you the right access. Yes, you are right.
And can we get any documentation to practice something, or just
Documentation to
1
read?
hour class is not enough for me, so I want to do some groundwork.
Yeah, of course. And let me type where you get the whole document. Whatever I speak, you have it here.
Okay.
wiki.servicenow.com. Everything, including the notes, documentation, tutorial, basic information, everything. I'm not telling you from cloud. I'm telling you from a wiki. Okay.
Okay.
My job is to explain you technically how it works and everything. The notes, the notes itself is big. You have patience and time. Go read the wiki. It has everything about Servicenow. Every module, how to use it, including images, pictures, diagrams, working conditions.
Okay. Wiki service. Okay. Got it.
wiki.service-now.com.
Yeah. I saw in the chart. Okay. Thank you. And you said that there is a central application. Everybody can practice that one. When can we available for practice? Means.
I mean, if I give you,
need
you don't
some
understand. Yeah, you need to understand how to customize things. That's an practical project, right? It won't be there in the wiki. So if you understand the functionality of ServiceNow, then you can use that. The practical document that I made, you just see the screenshot and copy it and do practice same thing. You will be, by this end of the sessions, you will be end to end, you'll be doing a customization.